In today's video, we're going to tell you all about our newest investment. Hey there.
Hello, YouTube people.
So we've got the keys to our latest investment property, and I want to walk you guys through the numbers and talk about some pros and cons of the latest house.
I also want to take you through a little bit of the details of what we're going to be doing for the renovation. And I also want you guys to keep in mind, this is going to be like a 10 to 12 week renovation. So for any of you guys that are going to be doing anything maybe similar or a similar project, or maybe you're just interested in seeing what it is that we do with these properties, you definitely want to pay attention because we're going to have ongoing updates over the next 10 to 12 weeks.
And you can follow along.
But before we get to that, first let's take a look at the property.
Okay guys, here's the property. So first thing I want to point out is, again, it's got great curb appeal. It's not really a big deal when you're dealing with rental properties, but once you're going to sell the property, then it becomes an issue. So anyways, this one that's not going to be an issue for. So a couple of things. Driveway. This is a nice large driveway, so we don't have to do any work with it. You need 3 spots in this particular city to have a basement apartment, although I have been hearing that rule might be changing. We've also got the garage at the back, so this is the back entrance. So we've actually got a covered porch back entrance. Let's go in the main floor and take a look. Okay.
Woo!
That's a nice musty smell we got going on here.
It stinks in here.
Right off of the front foyer, there's a large bedroom, and then to the other side, right opposite of that bedroom, the living room.
Get a shot of the flooring because it's old.
This floor is like linoleum, right? So it's really ugly. We'll probably tile just a little area at the front, the floor there, just where you take your boots off. That'll be tile. Then the laminate will start, and that will run through this foyer into the living room and in the hallway to each bedroom.
We don't want any carpet in any of our rental units. It's very gross to clean in between tenancies. You have to rent a machine and get that done. So it's just a huge pain in the ass. So we're just gonna rip it out and do laminate flooring, which is obviously very easy to clean.
So here's the main floor bathroom. So this time round, I'm not going to pretend that I'm going to salvage anything.
You're gonna gut it. You're gonna gut this whole bathroom and redo it.
That's right. I mean, if you look at the floor, it's pretty rough. So a few other things. Curb in the shower. We always remove the curbs because all that does is trap steam, and we want the steam to get out of here. We don't want it to remain in here. We do have an exhaust fan right there, but that's going to be replaced with one that actually works. The kitchen's not huge, but it's it's kind of open, right? So again, we're not going to be doing anything in here. Amanda's probably going to tell us how she wants to replace the door handles on the cabinets and put.
Actually, what I would like to see in this kitchen is painting the backsplash with that thick white paint that you use. Freshen it right up. Did you notice that I said this time that I wanted you to do it? I'm not claiming to do any work here. Not reno-wise.
This door, this is the access to the basement. So this door here will have to come off as usual, and we'll put a fire door on there. Here is our basement. So one of the first things you want to do when you're touring a house is check the headroom. You might have ductwork that's in the way. It needs to be reconfigured. So you kind of want to have at least an idea of what you're going to do regarding that sort of stuff. We probably will have to replace a portion of the ductwork here because there is duct that runs right across the bottom of the staircase. It's not really a big deal because you can often reroute the ductwork to a better spot, or you can take it down and replace it with something that's not as tall, but it is wider. So as long as you have the same square inches in that duct, you're not restricting airflow. All subfloors got to come out. We're going to be trenching out the entire perimeter and doing an interior weeper. This house is a block foundation. It's not my favorite. I'd prefer to have a poured concrete foundation. So if you're buying block, just assume it leaks. The sewer main, it's cast iron. You can see it here. You can even see some staining on the wall where it was leaking at one point. So again, we're not going to even try and work with it. Here's the panel. Panel is got a bunch of pony panels, as you can see, So that's all got to come out. We need a new panel, but we'll do that at the same time that we do the service upgrade. The other thing down here is a lot of the partition walls are block, right? This is not drywall, this is block. In some instances, we can take them out. Like that one, for example, that's just a partition wall. That can be removed. But in other instances, these block walls are structural. You know, it can be kind of deceiving because when you're over on this side of the wall, you look at the direction the joists are running, they're running this way. Well, they're running parallel with the wall. They're not sitting on the wall. So from here, it looks like this wall is just another partition wall that can be removed. But as you walk around through the basement, you realize, well, actually, the joists change directions in multiple spots throughout this basement. So here, this is the same wall. Now we've got joists running perpendicular to the wall, so they're actually sitting on it. So this is a structural wall, but from the other side, it does not appear to be. There's certain walls that have to remain in place that are going to conflict with my proposed floor plan. We'll have to modify on site. So we've got block wall here leaking, the parting's falling off. There's no actual puddling on the floor, but this is just another example of why we have to do an interior weeper. We're not going to spend all this money on a basement apartment and not properly waterproof the foundation beforehand. Well, that's it. So we're starting the project tomorrow, and we'll keep you guys informed.
Let's go home, love.
Yeah, let's go home.
I have things to do. So there she is, our newest house in our portfolio. And I want to run through a couple pros and cons for this particular property. So let's start with the pros because I'm a positive person.
Are you really going to be that unbearable on this video for the audience?
Okay, hold on.
So now you guys, this is what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
Too much sunshine?
Self-proclaimed positivity that just sucks the positivity out of me.
Oh, really?
I am actually a ray of sunshine.
You are?
But there's only so much room in this house for sunshine.
So in terms of pros for this house, the location is absolutely perfect. It's exactly where all of our properties are. Also, the curb appeal of this house, it is super, super cute and it looks beautiful from the outside. Also, we've got that separate detached garage, which will divide into the two separate storage units, which tenants love. And the square footage. Square footage
is a little bigger. It's 3-bedroom. The layout, I'm in love with the layout of this property. To me, the layout is probably the biggest pro. But
like the top floor layout, you mean?
Yeah. One thing I don't like about this property is
block foundation.
Block foundation, that's definitely number one.
That's the first that comes to my mind. Second, the wiring for the entire house needs to be done, and you said it was 60 amp service, right?
Yeah, so not only is the service only 60 amps, so we'll have to upgrade that to 100, so that's a con. But also the entire main floor, which you can normally work with the wiring, there's all kinds of problems. According to my circuit tester, there's ground wires missing. It's an absolute mess. So we've got to pull out
spaghetti bowl.
100% of the wires in this house have to be removed and rerun.
For this house, the purchase price was $499, and our renovation budget for this property is $79,000. And we're projecting the ARV to come in around $610,000. Now, this is a 3-bedroom, as you mentioned, for the main floor. I'm going to keep my projections super conservative and know that I can rent it for at least $1,750. And the basement will be a 2-bedroom apartment. I know I can rent it for at least $1,550. So that means the total gross rent for the property is, again, conservative at $3,300. So I hope at the end of the project, when we do our recap video, that my numbers are a little bit higher than what I'm saying today.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. So keep paying attention, and we'll see let's see how our projections actually turn out. Yeah.
How can they reach you? They have questions, comments?
You can reach me. The best way to reach me if you have a question would be on my Instagram. So that's ng_house_hustlers. So yeah, just send me a direct message on there if you have a question about our investments or the renovation itself, or maybe something to do with one of your projects, feel free. Just make sure you direct message me on Instagram.
And if you dig this video, we would love it if you would subscribe to our House Hustlers YouTube channel. That would be wonderful. And make sure that you hit the notification bell so that you don't miss a beat.
Yes, wonderful.
Is that it?
That's all.
Okay, wonderful. We will see you next time.
Okay,
Bye, guys.
thanks guys. See you next week.